Good afternoon, my dear students. How have you been? Today we have a grammar lesson. Our grammar lesson today is about sentences. We're going to talk about sentences and sentence fragment, and we're going to take two types or two kinds of sentences. They are declarative sentence and interrogative sentence. Let's start. So, what's the meaning of sentence and what's the meaning of sentence fragment? In the beginning, you should know that sentence is a group of words that shows us or tells us a complete thought or a complete idea. The sentence should have two parts, the subject and the predicate. The subject is what is the sentence is about. The predicate is what is the subject or what the subject does. Okay, so the sentence is like the wheel, like the bike. It has two wheels. The first wheel is the subject and the second wheel is the predicate. If the sentence doesn't have a subject or predicate, it won't be a complete sentence or it won't be a correct sentence. So we're going to say this is a fragment when we have a group of words, but it doesn't tell a complete thought or idea. So this is a sentence fragment. Let's see. If we say, for example, the cat is nice, this is a complete sentence. But if we say is nice, we don't know what is the nice. So this is a sentence fragment, and the sentence should start with capital letter and end with a punctuation mark. So what's the meaning of sentences and what's the meaning of fragments? The sentence is a complete or the complete sentence has a subject and predicate with a verb. It starts or begins with a capital letter and ends with a punctuation mark. It shows us a complete thought or idea. And it should have two parts, the subject and predicate. What's the meaning of fragment? The fragment is an incomplete sentence that is missing a subject or predicate, but sometimes it has the two parts, but it's still a fragment. So now we're going to talk about two types of sentences. They are statements and questions. The statements, they have another name. We call it declarative sentence. The question, it has another name. It's interrogative sentence. The statements are telling sentences. They tell us something. They give us information. But the questions ask us about something. It starts or it begins with a question word and it can be answered and it ends with a question mark. So the statement is a telling sentence. It tells us something like the mountain is really big. The elephant likes to play with water. So when the sentence tells us something, so it is a statement or declarative sentence. Like the ship sailed across the ocean. All the sentences should start with capital letter and ends with a punctuation mark like period, question mark, or exclamation. So the statement starts with a capital letter and ends with a period. Just a second. Okay, let me put it up. You can see it like that, right? Okay. So, and ends with a period. The question asks something. It begins with a question word like what, do, will, maybe, does, where, when, why, which. So the question starts with a capital letter and ends with a question marks. and it can be answered. So the question can be answered. What color is the dog? The dog is brown, so we can answer it. What are the question words? Here's few like do, who, may, why, would, how. Now let's practice. We're going to see some sentences and choose or decide if this sentence is a question or statement. Question has another name, declarative sentence. No, the statement is declarative sentence and the question is interrogative sentence. So the children are playing. They are playing. So here the sentence tells us something. So the first sentence is a statement because it tells us something. What are the children doing? They are playing. So this is a statement. Statement. What about the second sentence? The bluebird sings loudly. It tells us something. It tells us that the bluebird sings loudly. So this is a statement or declarative sentence. Where is the kitten? Where is the kitten? We can answer this sentence. We can say the kitten is in the box. So this is a question. How did you know that? Because it begins with a question word where it asks about the place and it ends with a question mark. Here, when will the football game start? When, and we have a question mark at the end. So this is a question. Sorry for that. So here we have a question word and a question mark, and we can answer it. When will the football game start? It will start at 5 p.m., for example. What color is the bus? What? It is a question word, and here we have a question mark, and we can answer it. We can say the bus is red, or it's pink and orange, or it's red or whatever, but here it's pink and orange. The boy is mad. The boy is mad. It's a telling sentence. It tells us something about the boy. The boy is mad. So this is a statement. So let's write statement. We forgot to write your question beside the question mark. For interrogative sentence, what color is the bus? Question or interrogative sentence. Here the duck quacks a lot. So here it's a statement because it tells us something. So don't forget the statement is a telling sentence. It tells us something or gives us information and it ends with a period. The question is asking sentence or it asks about something. It starts or begins with a question word like what, where, when, do, does, will, should, for example. It ends with a question mark and it can be answered. Now get your grammar practice book. Open page number 1 and let's solve it together. Look at here, the sentence is a group of words that shows a complete thought. The sentence is a group of words that shows a complete thought. The sentence fragment, so it's a sentence with an error or mistake. It's a group of words that doesn't show a complete thought. Every sentence begins with a capital letter. Most sentences end in a period. The period is called in punctuation, but sometimes or other kinds of sentences end with question mark or exclamation mark. Read each group of words, write yes if the group of words forms a sentence, write no if it's not form a sentence. So we're going to write yes if it's a sentence, no if it is a fragment. I read a book about sea life. I read a book about sea life. It's a sentence because it begins with capital letter, and with a period, and it shows us or tells us something, or it shows us a complete thought. So this is a sentence. We're going to write yes. The largest mammal. What about the largest mammal? They didn't tell us anything about the largest mammal. They didn't say, for example, the largest mammal is, for example, is, I'm not sure what is it, maybe whale or not whale. I think it's the whale, not whale, whale. So here it's a fragment, so we're going to write no. I want to see a whale someday. So here is a sentence because it tells us something, it has a complete thought or idea. So this is a sentence. Swims quickly through the water. Who swims quickly through the water? This sentence starts with a verb. It doesn't have a subject. Look at this fragment. It starts with a subject. And here the largest mammal is a subject without a predicate after it or a verb. So here it's no, and here it starts or begins with verb, but we don't know who swims quickly through the water, so it's not a sentence. We're going to write no. A jellyfish is an interesting creature. Here it has a complete thought, so yes. Most sharks live in warm water. It has a subject and a predicate, and it has a complete thought. So, yes, it's a sentence. A giant squid can grow to be very large. It is a sentence. Live off the coast of Japan. Who live off the coast of Japan? We don't know. So, it's no, it's not a sentence. It's a fragment. It doesn't have a subject. Dolphins have two flippers, sentence, because it has a complete thought. A walrus can live in or out the water, sentence. So erase it and turn your page. Here we have statement or question. The statement or declarative sentence, I told you the statement has another name. Declarative sentence tells something and ends with a period. The question or interrogative sentence asks something and ends in a question mark. So now let's start to solve. Let's read the question. So write statement if the sentence tells something, write question if it asks something. Put the correct end mark at the end of the sentence. Number 1, we learned about fire safety at school today. Here it tells something that they learned about fire safety at school today. So we have to put period or full stop at the end and write statement. It's important to have fire alarms that work. Here they tell us something or they give us an advice. It's important to have fire alarms that work. So this is a statement. Put a period and write statement. Do you check your fire alarms each year? Here they ask something. Do you check your fire alarm every year or each year? I need the pen. So here we have a question word. Do you check your fire alarms each year? Here we can answer it. So let's put a question mark. We can say yes, I do, or no, I don't. So this is a question. Kids should only cook with an adult nearby. Here they tell something, or the sentence tells something. So this is statement. Families should plan escape routes from their home. tell something, so statement. Do firefighters teach safety classes at your school? D. Or do firefighters teach safety classes at your school? Do they do that? So this is a question. We can say yes, they do, or no, they don't. So it can be answered, and it begins with a question word. Here, sometimes lightning can start a fire. Do you know what's the meaning of lightning? If there is a rainstorm outside, you can see the lightning and hear the thunder. So sometimes lightning can start a fire. Here it's information, or will tell us something, so statement. People shouldn't leave matches where children can reach them. Here advice, or they tell something, statement. We should put up here, or period at the end of the sentence. And let's erase that here and erase the other word. So, do you know all the fire safety rules? Do you know them all? Here is a question. It begins with question word, so we should put question mark. Do you know all the fire safety rules? Yes, I do, or no, I don't. So, question. Next week, our class will visit the fire station. Here they tell us something, so statement. And the statement ends with a period, so we will put a period. Now, turn your page. The last page, page number 4 and 5 are homework. So, capitalization and punctuation. Begin every sentence with capital letter here. Every sentence begin with a capital letter, or begin every sentence with a capital letter. Use a period at the end of the statement. Use a question mark at the end of question. So let's read the question here. Write each sentence correctly using capital letters and in punctuation. If the group of words doesn't tell a complete thought, if it's a fragment, place an X next to it, then add words to make a sentence and write it on the line. If it doesn't have a subject or predicate, we should add them. Number 1, fall is my favorite time of year. Here it's a telling sentence. So we should put a period at the end. We should start with capital letter. Of year, period. Because this is a statement. I like to see the leaves turn bright colors. Here it's a statement, but we should start with capital letter and ends with a period. I like to see the leaves turn bright colors. Period. Number 3. Pumpkins at the pumpkin patch. What about them? What about the pumpkins at the pumpkin patch? Are they big? Are they beautiful? Are they yellow? Are they orange? What about them? We don't know. So this is a fragment. Let's put X, and then we can add a predicate to complete the sentence. Pumpkins at the pumpkin patch are big, are orange, are beautiful, are maybe scary. Write whatever you want. But we should start with capital letter. And what should we put at the end? It's a telling sentence. It's a statement. So let's put a period at the end. Are big. Can say are scary. Okay, do you go to football games in the fall? Here we have a question word in the beginning of it. Do you go to the football games in the fall? So we should put a question mark at the end. And we can answer this question. question. Football is in the book. Should put question mark at the end. Number 5. My dad takes lots of pictures of the colorful leaves. Here they tell something. My dad takes lots of pictures of the colorful leaves. So we should put a period at the end. We should start with capital letter. So done. We finished. Page number 4 and 5 are homework. So what's your homework? Page number 4 and page number 5. So see you later. Goodbye, grade 3.